Hello, hello, hello. It's RocksAlot. And we've got a few things to do. Let me keep that bag, actually. Yeah, Sunday. Hope you had a great day. And you're having a great day. I'm going to get some of this turquoise I sliced up a while back. That's not bad. And it's a little chilly out here. That's a nice color. Maybe I'll do that one. So we got some greens. It's a little thin. And I am on way earlier than I normally come on. So much going on today. Maybe we'll do that one. Alright, so plenty to do. Let's put this in. Let's see. But yeah, it's Sunday. Gonna do some quick cuts. Not gonna be on for very long. Hi there. Thank you. Hope you're having a good Sunday. We're gonna get some stuff cut. I'm gonna only be on for maybe an hour. There's so much going on today, and although I may not take part or partake, I am going to be watching for sure. Hi guys, how you doing? Morning. So I'm going to do that one. Where'd that thick piece just go? We're going to try and do this one. No, not that one. Where'd she go? That one. I'm trying to do that one. That's two. And what else have we got? Let's do two. Got a little bit of Kingman if I need it. And also, I have some opals I wanted to go through. They are beginner's opals. They are not meant to be sort of high grade or anything. And really this would pay for the whole lot that the amount that I paid for. It has a little tiny bit of color in it, but it's really, really for beginners. And we may just take a peek just for fun, see what's in there. I do not expect anything in there. But if you have beginners or you know people that want beginners rough, we may be able to get that hold of that for you. So I'm going to go straight over to the wheel. Let's see. Sunday, raining, cold. And I can hear the crows out there. Hi everybody, good morning. Hope you got your coffee. I have mine. I'm going to try and stay warm. And we're going to swing you over here, hopefully. Not making too much of a mess. That's still not going to work, is it? There you go. This is a great little tripod, but it goes every way. So getting it perfect is not easy. Let's go. There you go. I want to get good sight where you can see, I can see, and it doesn't get the phone wet, and that should be pretty good. Gonna get some gloves on. So yeah, if you don't mind telling me where you're from, go ahead, put it in the chat. I know we got people from all over the world, and I came on a little early because of that. Hi Juliana, welcome in. Specifically, you know, this is evening time for a lot of people around the world, and I just usually come on when they're going to bed, so I thought it'd be nice to come on a little bit early. And then also there's a sale on YouTube at noon, and another sale on YouTube at 2 o'clock or noon Mountain Time. So let's just start with this nice big green, I think. This should be nice. Kind of see the color already, but we're going to shape it up. A little bit of noise. Hopefully everything's working, because I did not test it today. That's not bad. There we go. That should be good. Here we go. Let's actually go on the 80 grip for a second. Ooh, that's dusty. Let's get some extra water in there because of the dust. Also, let me get my mask on real quick. I tend to forget. I've been really good about it lately, but you really should use a mask even though I'm using water. So I sound a little more sniffly than I actually am. Gonna do a quick rough shape on this. Well, I really need a new wheel. The safety grid isn't even getting through Turquoise, which means it's time. So yeah, I got a busy day today. Had a fun day yesterday. Got to go meet one of our regulars, Miss North Star. So that was really fun to go to the dog show and also meet her dog and meet a few of her friends. So that was really nice. And just took on a small project from her, and we're going to take care of it for her. Hopefully. A little bit different on the shape, but got some height on the edges. Still a little shallow on this side. I'm going to bring it in a tiny bit, and then we'll start. Start bringing this down now, I think. That's about as high as it's going to go, this side here. And let's just take that down some. And today there's a sale on YouTube at noon, JV Rock Hounding, and also another one at noon, but mountain time, so 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I believe that's going to be Tim and Dave selling some more of the Veracite and a few other things, slabs. And what else have we got today? Then I'm headed to a women's basketball game later in the afternoon. So that's also a reason I came on a little early today. So I'm going to try and chat a little bit less and work a little bit harder. And I also need, what did I need? I needed, I think, 2 subscribers to hit that 1100 mark. I'd really appreciate it if you get me to that. That whole process is moving along really well, and I appreciate you all watching it all. And yeah, quite chuffed actually. There's all sorts going on today. I think there's cookie baking going on today. Basketball game. cutting rock. Christmas tree is up and decorated. Looks fantastic. Alright. That green's starting to pop out the top now. So that's nice. It's got that, I don't know if it's metallic, but it almost looks dendritic. It's not dendrite, but... Oh, shoot. I just went off that edge right there. Dang it. See that? I went off the edge of the wheel and straight into it. See if I can fix that real quick. Oh, I did a doozy on that one. Did a doozy on that one. I gotta bring it in. Oh, that's deep. I don't know how I got it that deep. That's a shame. Alright, well. Just got reshaped a little bit. Like that. And oh jeez. Well, that popped off the edge. That's weird. Just completely changed it. Alright. There we go. The whole shape just changed. I mean, the big chunk came off. It happens. That's the new shape. Let's see what we're going to do here. Well, I almost want to take it all the way in. Because I've got this little divot right here anyway. Let's see. Let's take it in some. That changed things. Hey everybody, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate you being here. I know I'm saying it's cold here, but compared to the rest of you, I'm sure it's like summertime. I think we're in the high 50s, 60s. Let's have a peek. So yeah, I think I had, what was it, 2 to go to hit 1100. I don't know if I've hit it already. Alright, I'll go on to this next wheel. Clean it up some. So I'm going to get the girdle the same all the way around the edge as far as height. So just kind of clean it up where it's all the same height all the way around. Doesn't have to be. It can be, as long as you've got like 4 to 5 millimeters to grab hold of. Some people would say 3. It can be set. And as long as the angle is the same, it really doesn't matter if it's 5 millimeters in one area and 8 millimeters in another. It just really depends on how clean you want it to look, or are you cutting the stone for a creative design of some shape or so, you know, like. Hey Ryan, good morning. Oh, Matt, welcome in. Yeah, I came on early today, Ryan. There's a lot going on today. There's 2 sales, I think. And then I got a ladies basketball game to go to in the middle of it, so Hope they don't throw me out for being on my phone. Wow, this is coming out really nice actually. So it's got that added, I don't know if it's quartz in there or not, but it might be a metal. It's actually, I really like that. Whereas on this side it does not show, so I don't want to take this down too much because I don't want to lose these spots right here. I actually really like that. Still got that one to deal with, but we might leave that too. Shape's a little odd still. I'm going to bring it in. Let's bring that in without breaking it. And then we'll bring the girdle down to the edge again. Hi everybody, welcome in. Yeah, I mean, there may be others that I don't know about. We've got one at noon, and I don't know how that's going to go. I hope it goes well. We'll see what sort of process they have for us today. I've bought enough stuff already, I think, from that one. Got some great deals going on. And then and Dave and Tim again at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And you never know what they're going to put up. Giveaway, great slabs, new material, old material. Extremely sought after material, so I'm going to try to keep my finger off the bid button or sale button, and who knows, I might get saved because I'm inside of a stadium and I can't get great reception. We'll see. Alright, pretty happy with the shape now. Just going around the girdle one last time. This is going to end up staying down here, but I'm happy with the face of this one. And let's go to that third wheel. Really. But yeah, if it's cold here, I can't imagine what it's like across the country. Imagine colder. See how where I brought it in, that dome went a little bit higher, so I'm going to take that down some. Just to match it up all the way around. It also helps with the height of the dome. We'll cut a few stones, so I probably won't finish them today. But you get the general gist right there for sure. And I really like that. Really nice stuff. That I believe is the Gaspiite, not Patagonia. We have a piece of Patagonia to go. It's a little bit darker, more of a sort of army green. This is a little brighter and more chartreuse. Not quite chartreuse, but got a little bit of neon-y to it. See if we can get a quick picture here. Yeah, it's, I don't know, I don't always get what I want, and sometimes I get stuff that maybe other people got wanted, and I don't know if there's a fantastic process. I can't say I haven't reached out to Dave before, I have. But then in the process of the sale, I kind of feel that if I don't get it, then I wasn't meant to have it, and I'm okay with that. It can be a little Black Friday-ish at times, but days aren't so bad. I'm interested. It's going to be interesting to see the JV rock hounding today, how that goes. And then you have people with lag and people with bad internet, and there's no great way to do it, I don't think. And if they did it any other way, then they would end up having to put the prices up, I think. So I'll take a little bit of hectic for, I don't know if I should take that edge off. I'll leave it for right now. I don't know if I'll take a little hectic to get good prices, is what I'm saying. But I've been trying to sit out a little bit lately. I have plenty of material to work with, especially into the new year. I've probably got 6 months to a year worth of material just that I've purchased in the last 3 or 4 months. Okay, that's number one. What are we going to do next? I'm going to do this little piece of cotton candy light, but I think we called it Nebula. Pretty thick. This is a piece of block from Sam at Specialty Cabs and Block. This was an experiment block that turned out, I think, pretty well. Some real turquoise, some man-made gibbsite, and a few other things. So that you can see this is the edge of the block right here. So there's a big square. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hi everybody, welcome in. Hope you've had a good Sunday. Or you're having a good Sunday. Depends on where you are in the world. I'm going to take the edge of the block off real quick. This one you definitely have to use a mask with. Got a very distinct smell to it. I don't know which side to do. I think I'm going this side. To this side I might get a little bit more of that. Yeah. So I'm just going to round that off on the sharp corner. Definitely in need of a new wheel on this left-hand side. Yeah, it is. I just have to remember what it is when it comes in and label it. Well, actually, Dave has the memory of a savant when it comes to rocks and certain music and stuff like that. So I can go back and ask him. He'll usually get it spot on. He doesn't guarantee anything. He doesn't particularly like it asked too often either. You know, there's thousands of us that have bought stuff from him over the years. Alright. A little bit better. A little more pleasing. And let's do the back here real quick. To flatten it out, it's off a little bit. That's probably from the saw. Take that sharp corner off real quick, just so I don't chip it. That looks pretty good. So yeah, I think I started off with what, 1,098 subs today, which is just, I mean, that's unbelievable, really. So trying to hit that 1,100. I imagine we might have gone over it. I can't see it right now. So I'm just going to go around, bring this edge down quite a ways. Let's see if we can get a fairly high dome on this one. Usually when I say that, I end up with a really flat piece, but we'll try. It's been really good this week. I haven't watched the news for some reason. It's good. I think I've been more fixated on rocks and work and Christmas at home, and maybe we should have Christmas all year round, or some sort of holiday as such. Whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. Right. Around that corner a little. So I've got that angle going. Pretty good. A little bit more right there. Even do a little more. Slipping on the corners, which isn't good. So if I was taking my time, which I probably should, you can go around the edge with a Sharpie or some sort of marker so that you get your height of the girdle even all the way around. But that's not bad. I can't see my angles. Alright, let's move on to the next wheel. Hi Carol, welcome in. A little early today. Lots of stuff going on today. I was going to do it last night, and then I'm like, but if I do it late night on a Saturday, our friends across the pond there, and that side of Asia don't get to watch, and I thought it'd be nice to go on earlier today, where we might catch a few before they go to bed. Well, it's early evening, or late evening, around Europe. What is it? We're at 11, so it's only about 5, 6 o'clock. I'm going to start. I'm going to do about a 30 degree on the top of that first angle that I just did. See if we can show it on this one. Let's see if we can see. Hi everybody, welcome in. Hi Lisa. Alabama. My wife went to Alabama for her master's. So you can kind of see where I've done a 30 and a 45. And then I'm going to start rolling that over a little bit. Some would do to a 15 after that, which I could. You just do a quick 15 around the edge top. Just brings it in a little closer to the center. And then I start doing what I call the wiggle waggle. Turn it around so we get even. And roll it. Thank you. I mean, some of it's me, I guess, because I'm shaping it, but the block is made by Specialty Cabs and Block. And they've got some beautiful pieces. Bring this down even more on the edge here. Very similar to cotton candy from Kingman. The added colors in this make it, to me, make it better. Not pressing very hard here. Love that little peak of super bright right there. And up here, I like that contrast. Alright, let's move on to the third wheel here. And Miss Freckle Cat. Help take out the facets a little bit. This is a 280 on this wheel, 280 soft wheel. I'm not pressing hard at all with this acrylic. Now start feeling around for facets on the top. We've got something going on up here. Looking good. So I still feel it, and it must be a different hardness of the material. So I just got to be careful I don't undercut it and still flatten it out. I mean, round it out really. There you go. There you go. Even all the way around. I don't know what you call the tip of a cab. I'm going to call it a toe. And I've got to round that out, and because it's much thinner up here, it disappears much quicker. Get a quick picture of that one. And we're ready for the 600 on that. Alright. So that's two pieces. Two completely different pieces. nice though. What else have we got? Oh, let's do one more piece of green. We got a whole bunch of green right here. And that was the neon. Let's do the rivery green right here. Is that the same? No, this one's different. This is the one that has like almost the dendrites in it. Pretty nice. Getting my phone dirty. Let's see if I can do this without losing you. I hope. Oh, that's dangerous. A little dangerous. I'm wiping my screen and let's see if we can do here a little. Try not to lose you guys. Just cleaning you up. There you go. That's better. Alright, let's do another piece of green. Do it. This one should be pretty straightforward. And it's already got that angle on one side, so that's why we're going to face it this side. Going to bring it in. Getting the water over there. Yeah, this is definitely different than the first piece of... Oh, where'd it go? Definitely different. I wasn't looking. And, yeah, blank. Now we got two pieces, so we'll do one of them. Imagine that just split right down that dendrite or the inclusion. I didn't even see that happening. I was moving the geyser. Sometimes Mother Nature says, nope, that is not the way we're going to do it. Hi, Batu, welcome in. Appreciate you all being here. It is Sunday, but I don't consider this work. Kind of look for decent shape. Give it a little bit of a dome. Hopefully it stays together. I'm bringing this edge down pretty low. About as low as you can get. And having had it already break, I am pushing limits really. Ooh, that's nice. Doing this with gloves on is not easy. Alright, that's all we need to do on that one. You want to do this one right now? Oh, great. I'm going to leave this other piece. Let's move this over. Go back to it, we'll come over and take a peek. Quite a few sales going on today, but yeah, I'll definitely check it out. You always like to see new material, even if it's something I wouldn't necessarily purchase. But it's always good to see what other people are up to, and they're here supporting, so why not support them? This is a little bitty one. Be doing with gloves. And so how thin it is. Woo! Yeah. Okay, still have an edge. And it is now so thin, I have to move on to that third wheel already. Looks pretty cool. Move on to this third edge. Okay, like this. What are we at? 41. We got, I don't know. Don't know how long. That's 20 more minutes maybe. We will look at the beginner's opal material. So when people say beginner's material, they mean it is opal. It may have little bits of color, more than likely not, but they are bigger pieces where you can practice, whether you're doing it with a Dremel or you're just new to opal altogether, but it gives you some practice on hardness, so the Mohs hardness of it, and how to cut it. And if you have like two different colors of pots, you can practice coming down to a bar, or what would be the equivalent of the bar if it's changing from white to gray or gray to black. And I don't know, these days they're charging quite a lot even just for practice material, so be wary, search out the bargains. I got a bargain on mine, but I thought I'd show a couple of pieces, and I don't expect to really find too much in it. Alright. Simple, that was. Let's take a picture of this one. Here we go. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. Why don't we look at the opal? Why not? Let's see if we can do some. So I just picked out a few of the stones. It was a giant jar. It didn't cost me very much at all. This would be considered like good beginner's material. This is just, you can see they already worked this. So they already worked around this outside, trying to see if there was a bar between the black and the white right there, which there wasn't. Doesn't mean that underneath this white cap there isn't something hiding. And we'll go through a couple of these, and I think we might finish with a stone. So, get some water. Water temp is pretty good, thank you. So, we had a little elf bring me warm water today to put in the trough. So I'm just going to clean this up. I'm going to go around the edge real quick. I did not expect anything to be in here. And that black on the back I may use in the future for backing some really thin material, thin crystal material that I can use it as a doublet backing. So it's testing pretty hard. Do not expect anything out of this while you're watching, but I wanted you to know, when they say beginners, usually beginners, they'll even send you little teeny chips which you could work on, and if you were an elf you might be able to work on it really well, but with my big Santa Claus hands, that doesn't really work. Not really. So you can see difference between the patches, no color. Not expecting there to be any color, but I am going to bring this top down. And if you ever watch Justin or somebody else, that's basically how they do it. They might take some of the back off, go around the edges, see if they can find a color bar between the two colors. Well, wait a minute. Was that a little... Did I just see a little sparkle? I don't know if I saw a little sparkle in there or not. Anyway, we're going to take this cap off, is what we're going to do. And we'll keep checking it just to see if anything pops up. I expect it to go all the way from white with no color to the black, dark gray spots on the back without seeing any color whatsoever. So this is a great practice piece. So it's pretty hard stuff. Do a quick check. I don't see any color. Let's get a little bit closer on this, I think. Just a little bit. Come on. That'll work. Because then when I show it here, you can kind of see. So yeah, you got webbing. It's not cracks. Like you can see it doing webbing all the way down from the top. Come on. This one is a very hard opal. And I think the density or the hardness of an opal depends on how much ground was there above it, pressurizing it. So I think it gets filled up with silica and then it gets pressured by the earth above it. Alright, let's go a little bit quicker on this one. We're going to go over... Oh, wait a minute. I keep thinking I'm seeing color, and I don't know if it's my eyes playing, if it's sun flash. Let's go over to this one. Let's make it a little bit quicker. Let's do this a little bit quicker. I would not suggest doing 80 grit with opal. That's pretty aggressive. But I know there's nothing in here, so let's take it all the way down. I imagine the black's going to start popping through in a few spots in a second. Absolutely nothing, but it's really good practice. So I brought it almost down. It would be similar to bringing it down to a flat bar. I'm going to go all the way just to see. You kind of see it starting to come in the top here. So that's the black coming in from the underneath. It would have been really neat if there was something in here, but there's not going to be anything in here. Alright. And that's how you practice. So you can see all the gray coming through, no color in there whatsoever. Not unexpected. Do one last one, and then we'll try another piece. The day is going by quick. Alright, so actually it's starting to hit sand. You can kind of see sand underneath this potch. So yeah, interesting piece. I'll use it for backing. I'll bring this all the way down through this light potch, and I'll use this back for, let's try and see if we can do it. Let me show you what I mean. So when I first started looking at opal, black potch was pretty cheap. you could get big, thick seam blocks of it for less than, $10. And now they sell everything that comes out of that mine. Almost there. So even a pot just got expensive, which is crazy. I definitely need a new wheel. So you see how the black's coming through? I can take a really thin piece of opal and glue it, adhere it to this black back, and it'll turn into a really nice, natural looking doublet. Although it won't be natural, it'll be a doublet. And maybe we'll do that as a project one of these days. Hey Jimmy, welcome in. Appreciate you all being here. I think we accomplished the goal of hitting 1100 today, which is just absolutely fabulous. And if you haven't been to the channel before, I go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Really, I go live on a Sunday around 1:30 and Thursdays 5:30 Eastern Standard Time in the US. Today it's just early. We got some sales coming up at noon. Not me personally, but some friends. So JV rock hounding, and then also Lapidary Dave has a sale going on, I think at noon Mountain Time. So I'm trying to get around what they're up to today, and then I also get to go to a basketball game today, which will be fun. All right, so you can see how black that is. We ended up with no color, excuse me, and but this can be used, so I'm going to leave it like that, and let's do another piece, and then we'll almost be done. Not doing too much today. 1, 2. Alright, well, let's find another one. Let's see one. This one has, a lot of this stuff is like jelly opal. It's got a little bit of blue in it. Let's see if we can squeeze something out of that. Let me go back here. So I'm having issues with the tripod today. And the phone's wet, and yeah. Let's see if we can find anything out of this one. A lot of sand. All this edge over here needs to come off the right hand side there. So yeah, this is a really good practice piece. Does show a little tiny bit of color. A lot of sand. It's very misshapen. Very misshapen, but if I can get something out of this, okay, I'm starting to see where I might go. See if I can flatten this out a little bit. Okie dokie. Well, alright, Ryan. Yeah, get the popcorn too for dessert for sure. Or whatever your favorite movie good he is. Alright, so still got all that to get rid of. Let's get rid of it. So it's gotta go. It's all just sand. Still just sand right there, but we're going to get that out. Okay, that was much quicker. So that's most of that sand gone. Ooh, can we squeeze something out of this? Maybe we can. How are we going to squeeze it? Because honestly, I was not expecting to get anything out of this. Okay. So I'm cheating over here with this 80 wheel. And I'm only doing that because this is not expensive material. I'm sorry you can't see. Oops. It's just making it a little bit quicker. But it makes the opal dissipate really quick, so you gotta be careful. Getting that around the corner. Flatten that out. Come on. But from this side it doesn't show much color. A little bit. It is jelly. And I'm hoping to get a little bit more color from this side. So I can do this. Yeah, it's kind of jelly-ish, but it's still got some color. So if you got one of these in a beginner's, you'd be pretty happy. At least I'd be happy with this in a beginner's. Bring it in. Right now I'm just trying to take out the rest of the sand that's there. You can kind of see that right there. I'm going to do this. Let me see if I can roll that out. Hey, this is not easy with gloves on. Rolling out the edge there. And this may be the last one. So this is showing really nice from the edge here. It's just not showing quite as well from the top. That does happen with a fair amount of opal. So that can be tricky too when you're buying, because it looks, you know, they've shown a little window on the edge and it looks really bright like that. And you're like, wow, look at that. And then when you go to the top, it's a lot more jelly. I mean, it's got some good blues in it. That's not bad. Bring this down a little bit. But yeah, you got to be wary of what you're buying and who you're buying from. Sometimes it's better to put out a few extra dollars to get it from a renowned source rather than somebody that's not well known. But if you get it from somebody that's not well known, you might even get a bargain. So. See-through. We could almost take this one. Let's see if we can do it actually. Alright, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to clean this up real quick to where I need it. Climb that bottom. And we're going to try something. Let's get that down. A bit of sand right there. Now out. Put that out over here. I wonder if this is going to work. What I'm planning here. So we just did that last stone. So I need to make this flat on the back. Just going to go over to this other wheel just to flatten it out real quick. Make sure it's flat. And then after going flat there, can't believe I got something out of this. So I didn't pay over, I paid less than $100 for the rough. And there's I have a whole jar of it. A little bit of sand right there. That looks pretty good. Then I'm going to take this. Probably should have it on a drop stick by now. Got that one little piece of sand in there, but let's see if we can do this. So, let's take... Hi there, welcome in. Let's see if this works. Ready? Maybe we can see the difference. You can. So, what a great learning tool. Let's take these off. And we're going to turn that off. So, I did that. This was not planned at all. I did the black piece just to show that you can find pieces in beginners parcels that you can get a good practice out of, and then, as I said, I may use this as a doublet backing at some point. It's nice and thick. It's natural opal, black opal. What I didn't know was I was actually going to get a little something out of that little stone. I really didn't. And but if you take this and you put this on top of that, let's wet it just so it's tight, and it actually starts to show that blue out some. And so gray white, and then when you put that black on the back, it shows that blue out really well. So that was a good little lesson. Kind of proud of myself. But yeah, we chose, out of all that opal, these are the two that we chose. So very happy. And so I'm going to get going. But it was a nice little session. I actually enjoyed coming on fairly early. And we got a few things done. So this one was nice. There you go. That's pretty nice. This one was pretty nice. They're all nice. That turned out much better than I thought. And this is just gorgeous stuff. So, yeah, very happy for an early Sunday morning. I'm glad you could all come. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead, subscribe. I usually go live on Thursdays and Sundays. It will give you a notification like a minute into the video. And then I also throw out some shorts and videos during the week just to keep everybody busy and having something pretty cool to look at. So thank you for joining. We will see you probably Thursday. I might sneak in before. Go to the sales today. It's J&V Rock Hounding and also Lapidary Dave. And we will see you all in the next one. So in the meantime, take care of each other. And most of all, take care of yourself. Cheers now. Very happy about that opal. Boink. Hi, everybody.